Ladies, let me tell you something. Love ain't just about words, it's about actions. A real man doesn't just say he loves you, he shows it every single day. Some men out here are just pretending, and I'm about to give you 6 signs to watch out for. One of the biggest signs that a man is pretending to love you is inconsistency. One day, he's all over you, calling, texting, making you feel like a queen. The next day, you're wondering if you even exist. He tells you he's busy, makes excuses, or just vanishes without explanation. When a man truly loves you, he makes time for you no matter how busy he is. He doesn't leave you questioning where you stand. If he's only showing up when it's convenient for him, that's not love, that's a game. A man who truly loves you will be there through the ups and downs, not just when he feels like it. A man who loves you doesn't make you feel uncertain about the relationship. If you constantly have to guess whether he's interested or not, that's a problem. Real love is steady, it's secure, and it's reassuring. If he disappears for days and then comes back as if nothing happened, that's not love. If he's full of sweet words but his actions don't match, that's not love. A man who truly cares will be consistent in his efforts. He won't just pop up when he's lonely, bored, or needs something from you. Pay attention to how he treats you over time. If his behavior keeps changing, if one moment he's affectionate and the next he's distant, he's playing with your emotions. If a man is avoiding commitment, that's another sign he's pretending. He enjoys your company, but every time you bring up the future, he dodges the conversation. He says he's not ready or that he's just going with the flow. Love isn't about waiting around for a man to be ready. If a man truly loves you, he's going to lock it down. He's going to make sure you know where you stand. He's going to claim you proudly. If he's keeping things vague, if he refuses to define the relationship, he's not serious about you. A man who is in love doesn't want to risk losing you to someone else. If he really cares, he's going to step up. Some men will pretend to love you because they like the benefits of being with you, but they don't want the responsibility of a committed relationship. They want the affection, the attention, and maybe even the physical side of the relationship, but they don't want to be tied down. If a man avoids serious conversations about the future, if he never talks about building a life with you, he's not in love. He's just enjoying the moment. A man who loves you will include you in his future plans. He'll talk about marriage, about goals, about where he sees the two of you going. If he's keeping things casual after months or even years, he's not investing in the relationship. A man who only calls when he needs something is not a man who loves you. Love isn't a transaction. If he only reaches out when he needs a favor, some money, or just a little late night company, that's not love. That's convenience. Pay attention to when and why he contacts you. Does he only text when he's bored? Does he only call when he wants you to do something for him? Does he go missing when you need support, but suddenly show up when he needs help? That's not a relationship. That's someone using you. A man in love is there for you even when he doesn't need anything. He checks in on you just because he wants to hear your voice. He makes sure you're okay, even when he's busy. If the only time he's interested in you is when he benefits from it, he's pretending. Real love is about giving, not just taking. Oh, wait, chill. If you always feel like you're the one doing everything, making plans, initiating conversations, helping him when he's struggling, but he never does the same for you, he doesn't truly care. If a man keeps you away from his people, that's another red flag. If he's serious about you, you're going to meet his family, his friends, and maybe even his pastor. Love isn't a secret. If you've been together for a while and you're still a mystery to the people in his life, that's a problem. A man in love wants to integrate you into his world. He wants to show you off, to let everyone know that you're his. If he avoids introducing you, it could mean he's hiding something. Maybe he's not as single as he claims to be. Maybe he's keeping his options open. Maybe he doesn't see you as someone he's going to be with long term. Whatever the reason, if he's serious about you, you'll know it because you'll be a part of his life. If you feel like a secret, you probably are one. Sure. A man who is proud to have you won't keep you in the shadows. If a man doesn't care about your happiness, he doesn't love you. Love is about making each other better. If he doesn't care when you're upset, if he ignores your feelings, that's a huge red flag. A real man wants to see you smile. He wants to make you happy. He listens to you, supports you, and stands by you when you're struggling. If your happiness doesn't matter to him, then you don't matter to him. A man who is pretending will dismiss your feelings. If you tell him something bothers you and he brushes it off, that's not love. If you're upset and he makes it seem like you're being dramatic, that's not love. If you're crying and he just walks away or tells you to get over it, that's not love. A man who loves you will never make you feel like your emotions are a burden. He will never make you feel like you're alone in the relationship. Love isn't just about being there for the fun moments. It's about being there for the hard times too. If he disappears when you need emotional support, if he never asks how your day was, if he doesn't put in any effort to make you feel valued, he's pretending. A man who loves you won't just tell you he loves you. He'll prove it through his actions. Your gut never lies. If something feels off, it probably is. Women have strong intuition, but sometimes they ignore it because they want to believe in the relationship. If you feel like something isn't right, don't push that feeling aside. Pay attention to his actions, not just his words. If he says he loves you, but his actions make you feel neglected. When a man truly loves you, you won't have to question it. You'll feel secure, respected, and valued. You won't have to beg for attention, wonder if he's being honest, or feel like you're the only one putting in the effort. If you're constantly feeling anxious, wondering if he really cares, that's not love. That's emotional manipulation. A man who loves you will be there for you. He will choose you every day. He won't make you feel like an option. He won't keep you guessing. He won't disappear and reappear when it's convenient for him. If a man is pretending to love you, the signs are always there. The question is, are you willing to see them? A man who avoids commitment is not a man who truly loves you. He enjoys your company, but every time you bring up the future, he dodges the conversation. He says he's not ready or that he's just on with the flow. Love isn't about waiting around for a man to be ready. If a man truly loves you, he's going to lock it down. He's going to make sure you know where you stand. He's going to claim you proudly. If he's keeping things vague, if he refuses to define the relationship, he's not serious about you. A man who is in love doesn't want to risk losing you to someone else. If he really cares, he's going to step up. Some men will pretend to love you because they like the benefits of being with you, but they don't want the responsibility of a committed relationship. They want the affection, the attention, and maybe even the physical side of the relationship, but they don't want to be tied down. If a man avoids serious conversations about the future, if he never talks about building a life with you, he's not in love. He's just enjoying the moment. A man who loves you will include you in his future plans. He'll talk about marriage, about goals, about where he sees the two of you going. And if he's keeping things casual after months or even years, he's not invested in the relationship. When a man is in love, he doesn't hesitate to commit. He doesn't shy away from talking about where things are headed. And he makes an effort to plan a future with you. If a man is always saying, let's just see where things go, or where I don't like labels, he's keeping his options open. He wants the connection, but not the commitment. Love isn't something that should be vague. A man who truly loves you will have no problem letting you know you're his. A man avoiding commitment will give you mixed signals. One moment, he's acting like you're the love of his life. The next, he's pulling away, saying he's not sure what he wants. A man in love is sure about you. He doesn't let confusion get in the way. If he's always keeping you in a state of uncertainty and making you wonder what you mean to him, then he's pretending. A real man doesn't play games with a woman he values. If you find yourself making excuses for why he won't commit, maybe he's scared of getting hurt, maybe he's been through a lot, maybe he just needs time. You need to ask yourself if you're waiting for something that will never happen. A man who loves you will not risk losing you. He won't make you feel like you have to convince him to be with you. He will take action, not just give excuses. Some men will also use commitment as a way to keep you around without actually giving you what you deserve. They'll say things like, I see a future with you, but just not right now. Or I do love you, but I need to work on myself first. But somehow, while he's figuring things out, he still expects you to be loyal, to invest your time and energy, and to be available whenever he wants. That's not love. That's manipulation. A man who loves you doesn't put you on hold while he decides if you're worth it. He makes a choice. He chooses you. When a man is truly in love, he wants to build something with you. He wants to grow together, to create a future. He sees you as a life partner, not just someone to pass the time with. If a man refuses to make any serious moves toward a committed relationship, you have to ask yourself, is he really in love or is he just comfortable? A man avoiding commitment will also avoid serious conversations. If every time you try to talk about the relationship he shuts down, changes the subject, or gets defensive, that's a sign. A man who loves you will not make you feel bad for wanting clarity. He will want to reassure you, not leave you questioning everything. If a man reacts negatively every time you ask about your future together, it's because he doesn't see one. Another thing to watch out for is how he talks about relationships in general. Does he always say things like, a marriage is just a piece of paper, or relationships never last? Does he constantly talk about how much he enjoys his freedom and how he doesn't want to be tied down? If a man is constantly reinforcing the idea that commitment isn't for him, believe him. Don't think you'll be the exception. If a man truly loves you, he won't see commitment as a burden. He will see it as an honor to have you in his life. A man in love is intentional. He's not afraid of labels. He's not afraid to claim you. He's not afraid to take the next step. If a man is dragging his feet, if he's keeping you in a situation where you don't know where you stand, he's pretending. Love isn't something that leaves you confused. It brings clarity, security, and confidence. Pay attention to his actions, not just his words. Does he make plans with you that involve the future? Does he include you in important decisions? Does he talk about you when discussing his long-term goals? If not, then he doesn't see you as a part of his future. A man in love will naturally start making room for you in his life. He won't treat you like something temporary. Another sign of a man pretending to love you is if he keeps telling you he needs time. Time for what? Love doesn't take years to figure out. If a man is making you wait endlessly for a commitment, he's not planning to give you one. He's keeping you around because it's convenient for him. Don't waste years waiting for a man to be ready when he may never be. A man who loves you will move toward commitment at a steady pace. He won't leave you waiting forever. Some women convince themselves that if they just give him more time, if they just prove their worth, he will eventually choose them. But love is not something you earn. It's something that should be freely given. A man who truly loves you doesn't need to be convinced to be with you. He doesn't need to be pressured into commitment. He will step up on his own. If you're constantly feeling anxious, wondering if he's ever going to take things seriously, that's not love. That's emotional stress. A real relationship doesn't leave you in a state of uncertainty. A real man makes you feel secure. He reassures you, he prioritizes you, and he doesn't make you feel like you're an option. One of the most painful things is when a woman loves a man deeply, but he only gives her enough to keep her holding on. He knows exactly what to say to stop you from leaving, but he never actually follows through with action. He tells you he cares, but he never truly commits. He never truly commits. He keeps making promises about the future, but they never materialize. That's not love. That's manipulation. A man who loves you won't just make promises. He'll prove his love through actions. Another way men avoid commitment is by keeping the relationship in a gray area. Maybe he introduces you as his friend or just says, we're seeing each other instead of calling you his girlfriend. And maybe he tells you he's not seeing anyone else, but he won't make it official. A man who is serious about you will have no problem letting the world know you're his. If he's keeping things unclear, it's because he doesn't want to fully commit. A man who loves you won't make you feel like you have to compete for his attention. He won't keep other women around as backup options. He won't make you feel insecure about where you stand. He will be all in. He will be proud to be with you. He will make sure you feel valued. If a man is constantly making you feel like you're not enough, if he's always making excuses for why he can't commit, he's pretending. Love is not something that should leave you questioning everything. Love is consistent. Love is clear. Love is certain. If a man truly loves you, he won't be afraid to take that step. He won't be afraid to commit. He won't keep you guessing. He will show you every day that you are the one he wants. A man who only calls when he needs something is not a man who loves you. Love isn't a transaction. If he only reaches out when he needs a favor, some money, or just a little late night company, that's not love. That's convenience. Pay attention to when and why he contacts you. Does he only text when he's bored? Does he only call when he wants you to do something for him? Does he disappear when you need support, but suddenly show up when he needs help? That's not a relationship. That's someone using you. A man who truly loves you will be present in your life for more than just his own benefit. He will check in on you, ask how your day was, and want to be part of your life in meaningful ways. He won't only come around when it suits him or when he stands to gain something. Love is about reciprocity. It's about giving and receiving. If you feel like you are always the one giving while he's the one taking, then he's not in love with you. He's using you. Some men know exactly how to manipulate a woman's kindness. They recognize when a woman is nurturing, caring, and willing to go the extra mile for the people she loves, and they take advantage of that. They'll call when they're in trouble, when they need emotional support, or when they're in a bind financially. But when the tables turn, when you're the one struggling, when you need someone to lean on, they're nowhere to be found. A man who truly loves you will not disappear when you need him. He won't vanish when things get tough. A man pretending to love you will also be selective about when he shows affection. When he wants something, he'll be sweet. He'll be charming, saying all the right things to make you feel special. But once he gets what he wants, his energy shifts. He goes back to being distant, unavailable, and uninterested in your life. That's not love. That's manipulation. A man in love doesn't just show up when it's convenient for him. He's consistent in his care and affection. If a man only contacts you when he needs something, then you are not his priority. You are an option. He knows that he can call you when he needs help and you'll be there. He knows that you'll always pick up the phone, even when he's been ignoring you for days or weeks. That's not the kind of relationship you deserve. You deserve a man who is there for you all the time, not just when he benefits from it. A man in love makes an effort to be present, even when he doesn't need anything from you. He calls just to hear your voice. He sends a message just to check in. He asks about your problems and wants to be part of the solution. He doesn't only appear when it's convenient for him. He values your presence, your emotions, and your well-being. If you feel like you're only being used for favors, attention, or financial support, then that's a clear sign that he's pretending to love you. Another way men use women is by keeping them emotionally invested while giving them nothing in return. Maybe he keeps telling you that he loves you, that he sees a future with you, but his actions say otherwise. Maybe he keeps making promises, but he never follows through. When you try to talk to him about the relationship, he gives you just enough hope to keep you holding on. That's not love. That's emotional manipulation. A man who truly loves you will not make you question your worth. He won't make you feel like your love is only valuable when he needs something from you. He will cherish and respect you every single day, regardless of what he stands to gain. If you constantly feel like you're giving everything while receiving nothing, then he's not in love with you. He's using you. Some men even go as far as to guilt trip women into doing things for them. They'll say things like, if you really love me, you'll help me out, or I thought you cared about me. They make you feel bad for not meeting their demands, as if your love is measured by how much you do for them. But real love doesn't come with conditions. A man who truly loves you will never make you feel like you have to prove it by constantly sacrificing yourself. A man who is only around when he needs something will also avoid deep conversations about your needs. He doesn't want to hear about your struggles because he's not interested in being there for you. He doesn't ask how you're feeling because he's only focused on what he can get from you. If you notice that your conversations are always centered around him, his problems, his desires, his needs, then he doesn't truly care about you. A loving partner makes space for your emotions, your dreams, and your well-being. Men who pretend to love you will also make you feel guilty when you start pulling away. The moment you start prioritizing yourself, the moment you stop giving him everything he wants, he'll suddenly act like he cares. He'll start calling more, texting more, making grand gestures to pull you back in. But once he has you again, he'll go right back to his old behavior. That's not love. That's manipulation. A man who loves you will be consistent. He won't only show up.